Hey there, Jamie. Guess what? It's Tuesday. Not too long ago, I was having a discussion with a friend of mine, and she was... Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. So not too long ago, I was having a discussion with a friend of mine. She was telling me about this play she's in, how she's the lead actress, finally, for the first time in her acting career. And up until that point, she had been backstage doing makeup work, doing stagehand work, or an extra on stage, nothing terribly big. And she got talking to me about something that she'd been hearing some of the other cast members lamenting, which is that she got the role of lead. From there, we started sharing a couple stories and a couple similar experiences. Similar experiences that included other supporting cast members, extras, naysaying the lead actor because, of course, the lead actor or actress or whatever was clearly not as well suited for the role as they were, and how it sucked that they were just considered a supporting cast member, how they wished they could have been the lead, how no one ever pays attention to the supporting character on stage. Balderdash. The only reason that a lead actor or actress in anything, the only reason they look good on stage is because of the supporting characters and cast in the background. And an entire production can go to absolute shite if the supporting characters aren't up to snuff, aren't up to standard, and do not play their characters well. If they are not pulling their end of the weight, everything looks awful. In my acting career, which, while being short and not exactly world-rockingly Hollywood-induced, or even in Toronto, I've had a fair amount of experience on stage, and I have won awards for it, yes indeed. This right here, an award of distinctive acting merit for the Sears Festival of Canada. Sorry, Sears Festival of Ontario. If you're unfamiliar with this, basically it is a provincial-wide, high school-operated contest, a tournament as it were, for schools to put on one-act plays. In my entire high school, I was the only cast member to receive an award for that production. I think I had all of 12 lines. I was on stage for about 7.5 minutes, and most of that time was me standing there not saying anything. However, unlike the lead actors and actresses, unlike the people who had the witty and brilliant dialogue, unlike all those people, I was given the award of distinctive merit. I understood my role, I understood what I was supposed to do, and I did what I was supposed to do well. If I wasn't supposed to be the center of attention, I wasn't. If I was supposed to deliver a line to set up another actor so they can deliver their line better, that was my job. It was my job to ensure that my fellow cast members looked as good as they can without myself being the center of attention. Which, of course, I realize irony in that now, seeing that my entire video production schematic involves me standing alone in a basement with a video camera, the center of attention. I had a very specific job to do there. My job was to be a supporting cast member. My job was not to be the center of attention. I wasn't, and I did that job well. Here's an example. I'm sure most of us, to at least some extent or another, is familiar with the HBO series Game of Thrones. If you're not, I am thoroughly impressed because, my God, how have you managed to avoid the spoilers, the media coverage, the hype train, the books, the video games,
pissed off,
the porn? It's basically a high-budget porn production. And I'm okay with that. But if you check out this clip here,
too stupid to be a coward. You're too stupid to be a... Quick now, before summer's over.
you probably don't notice what I noticed. What I noticed, and what many people will notice, is in the background. If you still can't see it, here's a little arrow thingy to help point it out. Did you notice those two extras in the background? The ones who were barely doing what they're supposed to be doing, and what they were doing wasn't done terribly well. Now that you know it looks awful, the whole scene looks terrible. Want another example? Check out the scene from Van Helsing, which, by the way, is a wonderful movie. I highly recommend it. I love the movie.
Gentlemen, you will now be disarmed.
You can try.
If you notice, every one of those cast members looks some strange combination of gobstruck, confused, lost, scared, angry, and not in the way they're supposed to look, kind of in that way that they don't really know what they're doing in front of the camera. They aren't holding the setting well. If they aren't holding the setting well, it pulls you out of whatever you're watching and makes you realize, I am watching somebody acting as X, Y, or Z. If you are an extra or a supporting cast member in any production, you need to remember, yes, you may not be the focus of attention, but you are freaking important on stage. You will not get the loudest applause. You will not get the wonderful bouquet of flowers, likely, at the end of production, or the 101 comments saying, wow, so-and-so who was in the background was excellent. But you have to understand, a production, an acting gig, a film, a play, whatever, is a team endeavor. It is your job to help the rest of the cast look as good as they can to sustain disbelief. The suspension of disbelief. If I can say the words properly. I barely can, but, you know, that's why I don't get the lead roles, because I go blah, 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 blah. Suspend the ego for 5 minutes, or however long it happens to be at the time of recording or production. You're part of a team. Work with the team. And, as always, if you like this video, leave a big old thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave a big old thumbs down. Be sure to tune in on Tuesdays when I usually upload, and Fridays when Sarah usually uploads. A little bit of housekeeping. Sarah and I are currently in the works of possibly doing an additional upload a week. We will have more details for you by her video on Friday for confirmation or denial. We're still working out the finer details, but you might be getting JNV 3 times a week. And in the meantime, TTFN, ta-ta for now.